Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Not going to be long. Look, you've heard me say this a million times. If you don't have at least two independent streams of income through which you hedge your primary source of income to protect you against catastrophic loss in that area, you are missing an opportunity to ensure your long-term financial security. I have created the 7-day online business launch course, which is a formula I use to reestablish myself online. It works over and over again. I've used it over and over again. Now I'm challenging you to take advantage of it. Click the link, learn more about it, enroll, and let's get started. Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having an unbelievable start to your week. It's Tuesday, so that means it's Transformational Tuesday. So we're going to talk about today the dangers of accepting average and mediocrity as an acceptable state of being and achievement, and what it will ultimately mean for the overall outcome of your life. As you saw, this segment is brought to you by the 7-day online business launch course, a course that comes from the Legacy Wealth Academy, which I created to help empower people in the area of finance. If you don't have at least two streams of independent income, independent stream of income, that hedge your primary source of income, you should enroll in this course. This course is the blueprint that I've used for 13 plus years to create my presence online, to generate revenue, to increase reach, impact, and so much more. I show you point A to point Z on how to do that over and over again to create multiple streams of income here online on the internet. The beautiful thing about it, in celebration of Juneteenth, I've extended a promotion where you're not only going to get the 7-day online business launch course, you're also going to get the Mind Unleashed course, which will probably make a lot of sense after I finish talking to you today about average and mediocrity. That's a $599 course that I'm giving you free. You're going to get the Ascension Personalized 6-month Success and Growth Plan, which is designed to create specific and personalized success and growth plans for a 6-month period for each individual. That's a $99 value. I'm also going to give you free enrollment, and this ends again tonight at 11:59. Free enrollment into our flagship program, which is the Path to Generational Wealth course, which is an 18-month course. It's $2,600. But if you sign up today, I'm going to get you that. And to top it all off, I've dropped the enrollment fee for the 7-day online business launch course for today. So it is, instead of $599, it's only $297. That's more than half off. Plus you get all the bonuses. Don't miss this opportunity. So let's move in. One of the things that I noticed once I really truly got into my study of human behavior, the understanding of how we socialize, the understanding of how we develop paradigms, the understanding of how we literally determine how we're moving in this life as early as ages 5 and 7. We've developed our paradigms, and through those paradigms, those beliefs, we live our lives. And then there are the things that either disrupt the paradigm or challenge the belief or reinforce it. And one of the negative things that I think that is reinforced consistently in this world throughout the path of education specifically is that average is acceptable. The educational system in the United States considers a C successful. Matter of fact, below average, a D is successful. You can literally get your high school diploma with a D and a C average and be considered that you successfully completed a course. And here's the problem with that. So for a minimum of 12 years, for those who complete the entire cycle uh, before going to higher education. That's a minimum of 12. If you go to higher education, even longer, that you are literally being conditioned to believe that average is acceptable and that there's a place in this world for average. And you'll get through school, you'll graduate, you'll get your diploma, you'll get your degree, and then you'll go out in the world and you'll find that there are very few places where average get on. See, it's not the average person that gets on in this world. It's the person who demands excellence from themselves. It's the person who demands more from themselves. It's the person who brings their A game to every situation. Not the perfect person. That person does not exist, but the person who has made up in their mind that they will not accept average as their lot in life, that they will not meander through the maze of mediocrity, that they will not sit there quietly and just exist. It's those people who get on. It's those people who experience the fulfillment of life, the fulfillment of purpose, that live beyond just simply existing and surviving in this world. I want to really get you to understand. So I'm going to talk about 7 specific things that are dangers associated with accepting mediocrity and average as being a part of who you are and how you exist. See, when we talk about getting out of the box, what are we actually talking about? We're talking about getting out of the box of being average, getting out of the box where everybody is hanging out. And see, we've gotten to the point that everybody is okay being like everybody, and nobody is looking at the uniqueness within themselves and saying, I'm built to do something different, so I shouldn't be in the same spaces, living the same way, doing the same thing over and over again with the same people. It doesn't mean that you abandon people, but it does mean that you aspire to do something greater than what you're doing. And in doing so, you open doors to meet new people and explore new ideas and new things and take on new challenges. One of the first things is the lack of fulfillment. When you are settling for mediocrity and average, you're not living up to your full potential. And that will be something on the inside of you that will constantly remind you of it. You'll learn how, as the longer you accept mediocrity, the longer you accept being average, you'll learn how to quiet that voice inside of you that's saying there's more. You'll learn how to push it to the side and ignore it, but it's there. It's telling you, I want to do more. I'm built to do more. But what you're doing is you're sitting up and saying, this is what's going on. Hey, man, people accept me. The problem is, let me ask you a question. When you go out and you get the job, do you get a raise for being average? Do you get a promotion for being average? Do you get elevated and advanced in the company for being average? Can you start a business and thrive in that business being average? Or do you need to demand a certain level of excellence from yourself in order to achieve the reputation necessary to sustain your business over time? You've got to start saying, I can't accept average as my lot in life. I'm better than the mediocrity that I've been living in. I'm better than that box of average. You got to start. And here's the thing, once you start challenging yourself to get out of that box, you'll start convicting others to do the same and giving them permission to do the same. And you'll find that a bunch of people that you've been hanging around in the box with you, talking about all the different reasons why life isn't fair, all the different reasons why they can't get on in life, all the different reasons why they don't have this, they don't have that, they haven't been here, haven't experienced that. All of a sudden, when they see you do it, they say, wait a minute, if he can do it, I can do it. And it's so important. The next thing is missed opportunities. When you are anchoring yourself in mediocrity and being average, the opportunities that are afforded for the person who's striving, the person who wakes up in the morning and says, there's something out there for me, gets dressed, goes out and finds it. If they can't find exactly what they're looking for, they make up in their mind that they're going to use their imagination and their creativity, and they're going to literally create the opportunity or the circumstance or the situation that's necessary. They're not going to settle for where they're at. They're not going to become stationary where they are. They're going to move. Then there's stagnation. That's a part of being average. It's just, this is where I'm at. You're constantly talking about not being happy with this, not being happy with that, but you are stagnant because you refuse to challenge yourself. You refuse to challenge yourself to rise to a new level. You refuse to challenge yourself to learn something different. You refuse to challenge yourself to invest in your future. You refuse to challenge yourself to meet new people. You're just sitting there stagnant, stuck, and frustrated, and it's on you. Yes, there are going to be challenges in life. I've faced many. Yeah, there are going to be people who will make it their business to try to disrupt what you're doing. I've ran into quite a few. There are going to be times when you look up and it seems that everything is moving in against you. I've been there before, but let me tell you something. There's nothing like power, nothing like a sense of self-awareness, a sense of identity, a sense of purpose that says I was designed by a grand designer that designed me for greatness, and that anything less than is spitting in the face of the designer. I need to be certain that I understand that I wasn't put here to be average. I wasn't put here to be mediocre. I wasn't put here simply to exist and survive. I was put here to make my presence felt. I was put here to sit up and leave an imprint, to leave a legacy, to be a representation of the designer, of the creator. I was sent here to give people inspiration and empower, to have an impact. But that's what everybody is placed here for. The people that you look at and say there's something special about them is simply because they're walking in their gift. The people you look at and say, man, wow, they're doing unbelievable things, it's because they're walking in their gift, not because they're better than you, not because they have greater capacity. What it is you have a gift, and the Bible says the gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. The gift is your capacity. Now, how you expand your capacity is up to you. Are you engaging the gift? Are you engaging the challenge of being something more than just existing? Regret and unfulfilled potential. Man, being in the field of human performance and psychology and dealing with that, a lot of times I get to deal with people towards the end of their lives, and I say this all the time, that there are generally three types of people that have come to this point where they know that it's in, and whether it's terminal illness or just age, and they're looking at the fact that definitely their time is shortened and numbered. And there are two types of people. There's the person who has walked this life and given it everything they've got. You often hear me say that I live my life on full, so that when I leave this place, I die on E. What am I? I'm saying that I'm not going to leave any potential here. I'm going to wake up every day and give that day everything that day deserves from me, because it may be the last day. I'm hoping not, but it may be the last day. And so that's something that I really and truly take pride in. I'm going to wake up and give it my day, because if I don't make it beyond today, I would have given it all. I won't take any of my potential to the grave with me. One of my mentors, Dr. Miles Monroe, would always say that the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. Why? Because you find books not written, companies not started, relationships not done, collaborations not done, inventions not created. These things that God gave you in your design, God gave you in your vision, God set in dreams, you didn't pursue it. You didn't take it on. You didn't stand up for it. You didn't stand up to it. You just sat there and coasted through life and took the comfort way to, trying to get through things, and only took the bumps you had to. You didn't engage life. You didn't take it on. And now you're sitting here and you're struggling with this idea. And let me tell you what happens when they get there. You got the person who did it all, and they're looking up and they're smiling. They're embracing this transition because they came and they gave this life everything they have. They have no regrets. They have nothing to sit up and say, I gave it everything I've got. I've done everything I was put here to do. I'm good. Then you got the people who are lost. They're simply unaware of anything. They're kind of confused. They're lost. They're fearful, but it's mostly about uncertainty, because they're not sure what's going on, what's going to happen, how it's going to be. They don't have any certainty about anything. And then there's the person that has realized that I blew it. I didn't take on the challenge of being my best self. I didn't accept the challenge of my design. I did not accept the assignment of my purpose. I did not walk into my destiny. I meandered through the maze of mediocrity. I hung out in average, and now I'm looking at a life that I can't sit back and be comfortable with. I gotta now give account to the designer about what I did with his design. Come on now, we've got to be better. Then there is the lack of impact. This is huge for me. I've created my enterprise, my business, my companies, my service to render service. But trust me, my number one responsibility in this world, my number one desire and goal in this world isn't money. Yes, I need money, and I plan on making plenty of it to make sure my family is set. But that's not what is driving me the most. What drives me the most is impact. And you can't have impact being average. See, I want to leave an imprint in this world that speaks of me after I'm gone. See, they'll forget the cars. Eventually, they'll forget the cars. There'll be people who won't even know what you drove. They will forget the house you lived in, what you were wearing on what day, what shoes you were wearing, what watches you were wearing. They'll forget all that. But if you had an impact on their lives, you had an impact generally in the world, they will speak of you after you're gone. You should be building a legacy that will speak of you long after you've left this place. That's a part of the inheritance that wise men and women leave their offspring. It's not just money, it's the legacy. What did you do when you were here? What type of impact did you have? That's the thing that I want to impress upon you. You're not here simply to exist. You're here to touch somebody. You're here to help somebody. You're here to encourage somebody. You're here to inspire somebody. And you do that best by living a life that's inspirational. I tell my Christian brothers and sisters all the time, how can you possibly think you're evangelizing God when every part of your life seems like you're always getting your butt kicked? I'm not saying you don't go through difficult moments. I'm not saying that there aren't going to be hardships. I'm not saying that there won't be frustrations. What I'm saying is, even when you're in the darkest of moments, even when you're in the storm, somebody ought to be able to look at you and see faith permeating through your behavior, faith permeating through your smile of determination. There ought to be something inside of you that's emanating outward, the confidence of trusting in God and knowing that you're going to do something unbelievable as you come out of this place, that it has meaning in your life. You got to understand that you were built to have an impact. And number 6, check this out. As a human behavioral specialist, as a person who deals with psychology and human behavior, human performance, reduce self-esteem and confidence. When you're not striving to be your best, you will lack confidence in the areas in which you're not striving. And when you lack confidence, you will not put forth effort. And when you don't put forth effort, you don't get results. When you don't get results, you reinforce the lack of confidence that you can't do it. And over time, you just back yourself into a space of learned helplessness where you just sit up and you let life toss you to and fro and all about and accept only what comes to you and what's handed to you or what you can easily reach for and grab. You stop thriving, you stop striving, you stop reaching, you stop setting unbelievably massive goals. Anybody who's followed me knows that my favorite quote comes from Stephen Furtick, and it's that if the vision that you have for your life isn't so huge that it intimidates you, it's a good chance it's insulting God. God didn't sit you here and put you in this place and give you that great design that encompasses your totality for you to sit around and meander through the maze of mediocrity. He didn't give it to you for you to sit around with dwarfed goals and colorless dreams. He didn't give it to you for you to sit around and just exist in a world that you were meant to change. You have to understand that you will be limiting yourself by not going for the best in yourself. Are you going to have some disappointments? Absolutely. Are you going to experience failure? Trust me, yes. That idea that failure isn't an option, I learned early on in life that the only way to get to success is through failure. You learn from failure. It challenges you. It inspires you. It pushes you. You should never be okay with failure, but you better be prepared to end that. Now, I have failure in two categories. I've got micro failures. Everybody's going to have it. I've got final failure. I will not accept it. Two totally different things. I might not get it right this time, but I won't quit. See, failure isn't final until you quit. I don't deal with final failure. I will not accept failure. Finally, limited relationships and circles. Average people hang around average people. The extraordinary people that can change your life will not gravitate towards you. You don't emanate the right energy. Your lack of confidence is a turnoff to the person who's striving to do something beyond what is average. But when you challenge yourself, when you decide that I'm going to do something remarkable, I'm going to do something exceptional, I'm going to do something phenomenal, all of a sudden you raise the level. You strive for excellence. You are committed to excellence. And when you're committed to excellence, you're always looking to improve. You're saying and searching for things that will grow you into becoming the person that you were designed to be. I am challenging you to rise up, to stand up, to become everything that you were designed by God to be. I'm going to leave you on that. Don't forget, today is the last day for the Juneteenth special on the 7-day online business launch course. I cannot stress this enough, especially with the way things are going right now. If you don't have 2 streams of income that hedge your primary source of income, you need to enroll in this course. Not only are you going to get the blueprint that I've used for the last 13 plus years to establish my presence online and generate revenue, but you're going to get it at a discounted price today. Instead of the regular $5.99, it's now $2.97 until $11.59 tonight. With that, you're going to get the $599, the Mind Unleashed course. You're going to get the $99 personalized success and growth plan, and you're going to get the $2,600 Path to Generational Wealth course, all for that one low price of $297, which is a steal for the 7-day online business launch course. Imagine you're going to get something that's going to allow you to create entities online that generate revenue over and over again, and all you have to do is make $297 to break even. If you do what you taught in this course, you're going to do that in the first couple of weeks. With that being said, look, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. I'm challenging you to rise up and step out of that box of average. On that note, as I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I challenge you to do the same thing. I'm out of here. Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Not going to be long. Look, you've heard me say this a million times. If you don't have at least 2 independent streams of income through which you hedge your primary source of income to protect you against catastrophic loss in that area, you are missing an opportunity to ensure your long-term financial security. I have created the 7-day online business launch course, which is a formula I use to reestablish myself online. It works over and over again. I've used it over and over again. Now I'm challenging you to take advantage of it. Click the link, learn more about it, enroll, and let's get started.